Well, as I always say, Mondays are always the most boring day starting the week. But however, on this particular Monday, I'm going to make things really fun for all of you. So if you guys are big fans of Stardom, well, you're just in luck. It's a two review episode with Stardom, with two shows that happened this past weekend. But remember, these particular events are prelims before we get to December 29th for Dream Queendom. As you know, many matches have been announced, championship matches, and all of it. So we're all excited to what's going to happen before then. And then, of course, we cap up our episode with some news updates to give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of pro wrestling, such as what events the promotions are throwing out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of pro wrestling as we speak. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that it's pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere in the world where pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real timing news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Unagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, all introductions have been said. I believe it's time to put the pedal to the metal. So, let's begin, of course, with our episode full of Stardom events. The first one is, of course, in Takasaki. Well, Stardom in Takasaki. This took place this past Saturday on November 14th. So basically, as you know, I mentioned prelims before we head to Dream Queendom. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen. Now, our first match, we have a very interesting match. We have the members of Hate, consisting of Fukigen Dev and Sayaka Mitani, taking on, of course, Tokipuri, consistent of Cosmic Angels members Sayaka Kurara and Tam Nakano. Now remember, Kamitani has issued the challenge for the red belt against Tam as her way of revenge for what happened during, of course, when last year when Kamitani injured her elbow. So that kind of goes out. But however, Kamitani is determined to take everything from her. But as you know, Kurara, as you know, once again, she stood toe to toe against her in hopes that she comes back into light. But it was not enough to do so. So basically, Kamitani applied the Star Crusher. And just like that, it was over. However, Kamitani started telling her telling Tam and Kurara to stop bringing up the past. So basically, Kamitani is determined to take everything away to Tam to punish her for what she went through last year. But of course, Tam will do whatever it takes to protect it. But we will see what happens on the 29th of December. Our next match, we have a 6-woman tag match. We have star members Momokogo, Saya Ida, and Hanan are winners of the Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. They take on Neo Genesis, Miyu Amasaki, Suzuki, and our current high speed champion, Mei Sita. So, nothing too significant of the story, no of this match, no storytelling or anything. But what makes it so surprising about this match was Momo getting her first big opportunity when she pinned Mei Sita when she applied a somewhat of a DDT, tornado DDT on Mei Sita, and uno, dos, tres, she wins. So, by fairness, that means she could cash in an opportunity of the high speed belt. Now, this was not the first time she has challenged it. She has challenged it before, but that was with against Azumi. So she will get another opportunity. So we will see what happens if she does. I think many fans will love to see that. Now, our next match, we have God's Eye, consisting of Rana Yagami and Lady C taking on Cosmic Angels, Aya Sakura and Sayuri Ano. So nothing too significant of this match. But what I did like about this match is Yagami and Sakura. They're both similar. They have like a bit the martial arts background, which is perfect. I mean, you saw those front strike kicks. I mean, those are cool to watch, and you can tell they're intending to apply arm bars, which is amazing. But as always, we know that Sakura has applied a modified triangle lancers time and time again, that which allowed her to pick up good wins, and that's exactly what she did against Yagami, and she picked up a hell of a win. But I would like to see her try it in a singles match against Yagami. That's something I'm sure many people will definitely enjoy watching. Now, our next match, we have God's Eye members Hina, Saki Kashima, and Shuri. They take on Matoi Hamabe, and the members of Stars consistent of Kokuma and Mayu Utani. Now, many of you probably would guess Azuki was not in country. She was here for the, of course, the um, Strong Style Evolved in New Japan in Long Beach. So that's the reason you couldn't see her. But however, this match was a very interesting moment. Now, remember, Shuri cannot stand Koguma. She's not here to play games. She doesn't like the bear thingy. That's what she does not like. But Matoi decided that she was going to take matters in her own hands by taking on one of the members. But Kashima, for some odd reason, was a bit intrigued with her, so she stepped up the plate. So nothing too significant of the story, but of course, much of this match, Koguma once again tried to get Shuri the bear thingy, but it did not work whatsoever. But unfortunately, Hina was the one who picked up the win when she pinned Matoi. But what's interesting during the post match, it seems that Matoi Amabe has keen interest in joining God's Eye. So the members of Stars were a little disappointed. Like they were hoping she would join. So I'm like, ooh, wow, that sucks. But very interesting. I mean, I did not expect that coming from her, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure God's Eye would definitely like to see that. Um, Moving on. Our next match, we have Neo Genesis, Azumi, and Starlight Kid. You guys may know they were rivals. Now they're teammates. They face against Yuna Mizumori and Natsupoi. What's interesting, of course, Yuna Mizumori has faced in high-speed matches before, but however, she teams up with Natsupoi. But don't forget, Starlight Kid has issued a challenge against Natsupoi for the white belt. So this is what you can consider another prelim to that. So of course, we were going to see what that was going to happen. But unfortunately, in this match, it was Starlight Kid once again who picked up the win on Natsupoi with the Black Tiger leg killer. And just like that, it's giving her a straight message that she's going to walk out as the winner of the white belt on the 29th of December. But we still got a little bit to go and many more prelim matches that would definitely take place. Now, our main event, we have an 8-woman tag match. We have Hate members Rina, Momo Watanabe, Konami, and of course Natsuko Tora taking on EXV's full member except for Mina, Rian, Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama, and Maika. Now remember, Maika and Natsuko Tora have some unfinished business between them. If you guys remember, it was Natsuko Tora who defeated Maika for the red belt a couple of months ago, and now Maika has not forgotten the humiliation she suffered in the hands of Natsuko Tora and Hate. So you would think that this is her way of getting payback. But however, it was Hanako who picked up the win when she applied a JP Coaster Arena. So, and just like that, uno, dos, tres, we're done. She wins. However, remember, for months, Hanako and Waka have been aiming for the New Blood Tag Team titles. And now that she pinned Rina, that means she is in the conversation. But during the promo, Hanako has issued a challenge. But as for Rina, she told her the results will be the same. Rina is confident enough to believe that she will walk out as the winner again. But the real question is, the old saying goes, third time is a charm. Will that happen? That is something we will see down the line. So stay tuned until they announce that, and we'll continue forward. But as of right now, we are particularly done with this particular day. Let's move on with the next one in Saku. Okay, we continue with more with Stardom, but this time in Saku. This took place this past Sunday. So as always, we have prelim matches that will lead to the 29th of December at Dream Queendom. So let's begin with our first match. Our first match, we have the members of Neo Genesis, consistent of Miya Amasaki, Suzuki, and Starlight Kid, taking on Cosmic Angels, Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, and Natsupoi. Now keep in mind, as I said before, as you know, Starlight Kid is challenging Natsupoi for the white belt this coming event on the 29th. So this is more of a prelim to that. But however, we do have another prelim between Masaki and Kurara. Kurara will be challenging once again for the future belt. Last time she challenged it, it was against Rina, but unsuccessful. So we got that kind of moment where we saw Kurara and Amasaki challenge, but unfortunately, Amasaki applied her finisher pinfall that would allow her to pick up the win. But of course, a very disappointing loss for Kurara. But she, as you know, this is about building momentum before that match. But we will see what happens until then. Our next match, we have, of course, a three-way match. We have Rian versus Rana Yagami versus Koguma. Now, once again, as you all know, Koguma will do whatever it takes to get Rana Yagami to do the bear dance. However, Shuri, who's being Yagami's second, is telling her, no, 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 no. But, of course, Koguma is willing to persuade her no matter what. I mean, sure, God's Eye is all about being all business, but, how do you stop it? You can't. But when it comes to three weights, it's very unpredictable how you actually end it. But luckily, this match ended with Koguma applying a Kumo roll on Yagami, and just like that, it was over. I'm sure Yagami will deal with Koguma one way or the other, but she needs to figure out how to resist the bear dance. That's the last thing she needs. But nonetheless, it'll be dealt with. Our next match, this was a very interesting one. Matoi Nabe, as you know, I mentioned, she wants to join God's Eye. So she is teamed up with Saki Kashima to take on Neo Genesis, Azumi, and Mei Sita. Now, the real question we ask ourselves, can she impress Saki Kashima as a member of God's Eye? I feel like Kashima is really invested in her for some reason. And hard enough, you would think that she has everything what it takes to join. But unfortunately, this match ended with Nayseta applying the Rolling Star on her, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. But I'm sure Matoi will do whatever it takes to prove herself that she wants to earn a position to join God's Eye. So that is something we will see down the line. Now, our next match, we have the members of Hate, consisting of Konami, Momo Watanabe, and Atsuko Tora, taking on Star members. Our winners of the God of the Tag League, Saya Ida and Hanan. They team up with the leader of Stars, Mayu Utani. However, as you know, this is a prelim before that particular match. Ida and Hanan will challenge for the tag belts on the 29th. But unfortunately, this match is also built on momentum. But the real question is, can Hanan and Ida build it up? Well, that did not happen because it was Momo with the Peach Sunrise on Ida, and just like that, it was over. However, Momo with her smart smirk, thinking that they were never going to win, no matter if they win the Goddesses Tag League. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure Ida and Hanan, who has proven they are a strong, capable tag team, they can pull it off. They were able to pull it off in this year's tag league, but we'll see if that's possible. Now, our next match, we have EXV members Hanako, Waka Tsukiyama, and Maika. They take on God's Eye members Lady C, Hina, and Shuri. So nothing too significant of this match that we probably can guess. But however, what's interesting, those who know this or not, Waka and Lady C, prior before they went to the respected units they were in. I mean, Waka joined Cosmic Angels, and then Lady C joined Queen's Quest. They knew each other. They were tag team partners for a while. And of course, they both grown up. But unfortunately, as we've seen, Waka has grown up too. She pulled off a very interesting submission move on Lady C, and Lady C had no other choice but the tap. Uh, she calls it, from what people are saying, it's called the Waka Sagi or something like that. I don't know. I have to look it up. It was on social media. So we'll see where that goes from there. Now, our main event is another prelim, as you know. We have Hate members Rina and Sayaka Tani taking on Sayaka Kurara, Ayasakura, and Tam Nakuno. So you probably can guess that this is one of those matches where Kamitani is trying to prove a point that she is willing to take everything from Tam, and including to destroy her. I mean, we did some good moments, saw some good moments, but unfortunately, Rina was the one who ended up on the wrong side of the violet screwdriver by Tam, and just like that, it was over. And then, of course, Tam gave her promo talking about Rina, that she sees how strong she is. But why? She's telling her that as long as she stays on this path, she'll never succeed. And then, of course, turned her attentions on Kamitani. So you know what that's going to lead. But we do know there's a press conference real soon coming up for them. But I don't normally cover it, but if I know anything, I'll let you guys know on that. So I think that's pretty much it right now with all the reviews. I believe it's time for some news updates. Okay, so welcome to our news updates. So, let's begin with upcoming events. Majority right now is with GCW. So, as you know, we have on the 28th of December in Seattle the Take Care event. We have Genesis, consistent of Joey Janela and Megan Bain. They take on Bollywood Boys. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we have the 31st of of December, which is New Year's Eve, in Ridgeway Park, New Jersey, at the Mecca for Till Infinity. Two matches have been announced. Dominic Guarini will be in a match against Cole Radrick, and his tag partner Kevin Koo will be in a singles match against Alec Price. That's a pretty interesting match. You know, Price and Radrick are known as the Garbage Daddies, while Kevin Koo and Guarini known as the Violence is Forever. So that's an interesting thing to see. So hopefully I get the chance to see it or not. And then, as you know, on January 10th in Rochester, New York, in 2025, we have the Sorry Palavet. The GCW World Title will be defended. Mance Warner defends his belt against Super Crazy. And then, following on the next day, on the 11th of January in Columbus, Ohio, we have the Thank Me Later event. We have Rhino. He'll take on Joey Janela. And then finally, we do have, of course, outside of the GCW updates, we have the German promotion WXW, or better known as West Side Extreme Wrestling, the German promotion, with their upcoming event 16 Karat Gold, that will happen between a couple of day, a 3-day event between March 7th and the 9th of 2025. They just announced their seventh participant, and that is Adam Priest. So that's pretty much what's going on in the upcoming events. Let's talk about certain developments. Now, by this time this video is out, it's already going to be, of course, December 17th. As you know, December 16th is the birthday of Jon Huber, or as many of you know him in WWE as Luke Harper, but in AEW as Brody Lee. He would have been 44 years old or somewhere around there. I mean, his death really was hurtful. But his widow, as you know, Amanda Huber, left something on her ex account, leaving a beautiful message, for her husband, and of course for the world to see. Let me pull that up for everyone here. Here it is. Happy birthday, baby. We're making cheesecake tonight. I also got the stuff from Trader Joe's you love. I know it's not like I need an excuse to stop there. I miss you all the time. You'd be amazed at the men Brody and Nolan are becoming. Brody looks exactly like you. Nolan has your personality. They both got your humor. I wish I had one more chance to talk to you, tell you how much I love you, and how thankful I am for you. How thankful I am of the beautiful boys you gave me, and your birthday. I hope to enjoy your birthday with the buds, and you're both having hot dogs and lazy day. Uh, this made me kind of cry, guys. But yeah, it is, sad that he's not here to celebrate his birthday with his wife and kids. But of course, you got to remember the good times. But it's great to hear that the kids are doing great and they're resembling a lot like their dad. And I hope they will remember their dad, what a great person he is. Moving on. Uh, Wrestling Observer has reported that there's been high interest in AEW about signing Matt Cardona. Now, many people remember when Matt Cardona appeared in AEW a couple of years ago. Many question why they didn't sign him. Well, we don't know either, but it seems like they're interested. Now, let me explain certain things that what people are saying. I know some WWE fans are probably going to say, nope, 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 nope. He's going back to WWE, so screw you, AEW, screw you. Well, let me explain to you, WWE loyalists, an understatement. Matt Cardona said he would return to WWE under one condition. That condition is no Zack Ryder. He wants to return as Matt Cardona. Now, the real question you ask yourselves, will WWE give him what he wants? If they don't do that, well, AEW can. So, whose fault is that? Well, that's WWE's part. Don't blame AEW for that. AEW are willing to give him what he wants. That's how life works. So, don't blame anybody. Don't blame AEW for this crap. Blame the wrestling promotion you are loyal to. That's how the world works. Moving on. Now, I don't know if I have any subscribers who are Star Trek fanatics, or Trekkies as they call it. As you probably know, I'm a fan too. My favorite shows are, in fact, of course, Star Trek Voyager and Deep Space Nine. So, you may have heard Becky Lynch is joining the cast as part of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So I don't know how cool that is. So if I have any subscribers who are big fans of Star Trek, well, you guys are going to be happy as clams. But from what I'm hearing, that this show will not premiere either late 2025 or early 2026. So we'll see how things will roll up from that. Now, many of you may have heard recently that TNA, a PW Insider has revealed there has been announced of departures of talent. First we have is Kushida. So it turns out that his contract with TNA is almost done. So basically he'll be leaving soon. He'll be mostly focused on New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's from what I understand. But TNA did stated that they are leaving the door open for him. So that's pretty cool. Jade Chung, many of you may know her as Josh Alexander's wife. Well, She is departing too, which is very sad. But there's been reports about, I think she's doing that now because, as you may have heard, I reported that her husband, Josh Alexander, will be leaving TNA uh, in February. So I'm sure she wants to go with him because, working in different companies probably will be a bit different or difficult. Who knows? AJ Francis also has that same predicament where his contract is almost up. So, yeah. And then we have Trent Seven as well. So, basically, we have that coming. Now, there's a news outlet you may have seen on X called Dramatic DDT. This is a group that keeps updates in English for us. What's going on with the promotions like DDT, Tokyo Super Wrestling, or Gambari Pro? Well, they just announced uh, rest Jada Stone, who wrestles down here in the U.S., will be making her tour with Tokyo Pro Wrestling in December. Many of you may know her. She was the opponent with Shoko Nakajima in DDP in Deadlock Pro Wrestling back in September. So I'm sure Shoko Nakajima had some hand in it, but we'll see where that leads to it. Now, finally, I don't know what you guys think about this. This guy on X put out a conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not much of a conspiracy theories myself, but he put out some things that are happening, and I don't know if you guys would agree or not, because like I said, I'm not. And he said that there's something big going on between the Elite and the Death Riders. Now, he's made out some points. Now, this is what he's going back in the list. This is what he says. One, Moxley had repeatedly stated that AEW isn't your company anymore and that everyone works for him now. You could either refer Tony Khan or the Elite. So that's one. Two, Mox and the Elite both hate what AEW has become. The Elite wanted to change the world. That's not what's happening in AEW. We've seen that already. 3. Jon Moxley tells Jack Perry, I don't care what they say. You're a sweet kid. A curious comment considering Jack has aligned. So that is something we could see. 4. Death Riders attack all babyfaces while the Elite watch without intervening until Jack escort them backstage. 5. Bucks claim to have nothing to do with these events, raising the question: did the Bucks hire them? Have the Death Riders gone rogue? That's a good question. 6. The Bucks lose the tag team titles, are shredding documents, fleeing AEW before the Death Riders find them. Did they fail to complete a directive, or they are bearing evidence about their connection with Mox? Who knows? 7. Jack Perry loses the TNT title and vanishes from AEW as well. 8. The Bucks show up at New Japan's show. They're happy to see Jack, but Jack isn't exactly happy to see them. So, who knows? So, there are certain coincidences I can say I can relate to that. I mean, Jack Perry wasn't even happy to see the Elite. And this is something that I think we question. The Elite, the Bucks just left, without care in the world. So whatever's going on, we're going to pay attention very closely. Like I said, I don't believe in conspiracies, but reading all of that, it makes me think, is there something really going on here? I mean, Jack Perry could easily join the Death Riders if he wanted to. He seems like going into that direction. So who knows what's going on between the Elite and the Death Riders. So we'll figure that out as we go. So as of right now, I think we are officially done with everything. So let's just call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, as you know, we have Tuesday. We have NXT. So basically, that is our top priority. And I haven't decided yet if there's any other events. I know there's been some recent Mighty Gold events. I'm not sure I'll be able to see that or anything else. But we'll see how things will progress from here on out. But pretty much it. So until then, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.